Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Movemen Devlog number 4. In this devlog, we'll be covering weapon attachments. We'll also be covering some fixes to do with the nature theme, and the sci-fi map generation that is now being renamed to the spaceship map generation. Thank you very much. Let's go right in to the devlog. As you can see here, we start off with weapon attachments. So some issues happened with the weapon attachments that I briefly covered in the last devlog, coming to the end of it. But the main issues I figured out was the weapon card, and the weapon card wasn't rendering properly, and I just needed to fix that. So I recreated the weapon card prefab and added it back in, and fixed a couple things I wanted to fix mostly. So that was what was wrong with the weapon attachment system. It is now working, and it will be in the future devlogs, I hope. Instead of boring you by letting you see how I did it with all 10 different types of weapon bodies and weapon types, I'm just going to show you this one, and just know that the process was the same throughout the entire thing. However, a few issues also arose when it came to the code, and those issues I fixed. Also, some improvements I made to the weapon generation code. All of those issues were fixed, and the improvements have been tried and tested, which is nice. Here you can see me creating the weapon generator. This creates the weapon, and I'll probably change how it works in the future, but for right now it works, and that's what matters. I used Magic's weapon generate object spawning in tool to actually have the weapon spawn inside of the map, and then later I added a smoke effect using the Unity particle system, the greatest particle system in the world. However, I can't exactly show you to you working because I would need to restart Unity, and I'm not going through that process right now. Because opening something and it taking 5 hours isn't exactly fun. So you aren't getting footage on this devlog, but I'll show you it in the next devlog. Anyways, that's all I did when it comes to the weapon generation script and all that, and weapon attachment system, and the nature theme for the stuff in this devlog. Next one. Here is some proof of the weapon generation system working using the weapon card. Moving on to the sci-fi map theme that I created using the same thing I used to create the city map, which is Dungeon Architect. It's a great add-on, and it also works pretty similarly to to Map Magic. I don't have much footage of the actual creation process because OBS takes up a ton of RAM, and I don't want to spend that much memory taking off all of this stuff. So what I'm showing you here is just footage of me going around the map, and this will be for this whole section, the end section. While touring the entire map, this entire first map, this is Seed 0. I realized that a few issues happened. Some issues were stuff spawning in front of doors or on top of stairs. I ended up fixing those issues later. This map is meant to resemble something like a spaceship, very unrealistic by the way. As you can see, a bunch of places aren't covered up. That is also something I desperately need to fix, but I'm too lazy to fix it right now. But talking about the whole spaceship theme, why I'm changing it from sci-fi to spaceship is because I'm pretty sure I want to say that in the future, once I'm already done with this whole release, I will add a new theme, and it's going to be called Sci-Fi Worlds or Sci-Fi. So that's why I'm changing this to spaceship, because it more resembles what the map and theme is like, and it also opens up room for a sci-fi theme. Yeah. So another thing with the whole sci-fi spaceship theme is that a spaceship isn't exactly infinite, neither is a city, which is why for those two things I'm changing the way it works. So if you guys know a game called RimWorld, it has a system that looks very similar to this. And this system resembles what I want to do. So basically, once you reach the outskirts of the map, you'll be given an option whether you want to move on to a new city or further explore that other map, or a new spaceship, or further explore that other map. This is what the city theme is going to be like when you're moving on to the next one. Something very similar to this. It's going to be infinite as well, and I think that's how I want to do it personally. So you'd basically be able to click on an icon. I don't plan to have it be as detailed as what I'm showing you right now. It's just going to be circles, and maybe bigger circles for bigger cities and smaller circles for smaller cities. I already have the code for big and small cities already set up, so all the nodes and stuff with a dungeon architect for big and small cities. And what I'm planning on doing for the spaceship theme, right, is that you're actually gonna be driving around, not driving around, flying around in an actual spaceship, and you'd be able to see where other maps are, where other dungeons or spaceships are actually, and you'd be able to enter them and board them, and you'd be able to attack the things that are there, which explains why there's a presence on the spaceship. See, makes sense. So that's what I'm planning to do for my dungeon architect maps, which are the city map and the spaceship map. And let's move back a little bit to what I was talking about before. So before I was talking about sci-fi worlds or a sci-fi map theme, an actual sci-fi map theme, and going further in on that topic, what I mean is basically if you look at our nature map, something very similar to that, except let's say a random color for the ground and more alieny stuff on the map. That's basically what the plan is for that, but that's not something I plan on doing for this release currently. It's going to be something in the future as an update. I don't plan for to talk about it further in any other devlog. But that's basically all I did in this entire devlog, and now for the 30 seconds of me roaming the spaceship even further. Let's go. Also make sure to like and subscribe.